and then added like this weird engine and muffler system to the sides. It looks like crap, but when I drop it onto the page and I go over it, I gotta change it up and make it look like it fits in the world.
Yeah, dude. I just did the most boomer thing ever. I forgot YouTube has a go live button, so I clicked go live on my OBS and didn't click go live on on fucking YouTube.
Oh, way
Oh
to fuck
god.
things up. Way
I'm
to
a
fuck things
professional
up, pal.
professional podcaster, by the way.
Professional fuck up.
Frog Prince of Comics over here. Oh god. Here there are people who are talking about consistency, and if you want to learn something you don't know how to draw, just look up manga. It's sad though because before you look up Silvesh, you look up McFarlane, the current big guys in like the late 80s and early 90s, and now it's like, hey, you want to learn how to draw cool shit or pretty girls? Just fucking look at manga.
Yeah, straight up. The manga. There's like 5 people in mainstream Western comics now that actually draw shit.
Dude, I commented this on Rand Stegman's Instagram because he posted this cool ass Batman piece he did. Like him on Batman, Jimenez on Soups, and Vic on Detective would slap.
Who on Detective?
Vic Bogdanovich.
Dick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's already on
Isn't he
Detective, but
doing that now though?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
full time. Because I read his latest issue and it looks like he had a scheduling issue because some of the pages, not the page, some of the poses look very stiff and like, okay, he needs to stand like this. And, it's like a
Mm.
get it done type of thing, and which makes me sad because Vic is fucking awesome.
He is. He's like a young Greg Capullo. Like
Hello,
a Greg
NTM
Capullo
Comics.
mixed with, say, Greg Capullo mixed with a Sean Murphy. He's got those gritty inks on
Yeah, dude,
his
he
work that
started
Capullo
doing
doesn't
that
do.
recently. He started doing that quite recently, and he even sent me his brushes. Bless his heart. He's got some cool.
Oh, send me those.
I
For Photoshop or Clip Studio?
I use Clip Studio, but he sent me Photoshop brushes because he uses. Here's something I've noticed: people who draw in Photoshop use old ass Photoshop from like 10 years ago. Like him, he uses an old Photoshop. Stepan Szczeciak uses an old Photoshop.
Dang. Do they work in Clip Studio? Do where you have
Oh
to
yeah,
import them?
yeah. You just
Sweet. Send me those.
you just drag and drop them because recently, since CSP is the best comic drawing app out there, no questions asked, no
Word.
contest. They did the update where they accept any type of brushes, or at least I think it's a .abr for what you call it for Photoshop brushes, and they're like, hey, you got a brush? We got a hole, put them in.
You got a brush. I got a hole. Put it in there. That's creepy.
I know, right? And we don't even see a lot of, because back in the day when you'd start, you would, what do you call it? You'd be a clone of someone, and now we don't see Vic is like the only guy in recent history. Actually, no, it's Vic and Pepe Larraz, but you don't see that as often.
What, clones?
Yeah.
Pepe has come into his own though. I mean, he started um when he got into the X office. Oh, it was before that. He was on Kanan, Star Wars book. He started looking like Stuart Eminem, Count Stuart Eminem, and then even more so when he got on the X-Men. But now, I think he's in his own little world. The recent pages that I saw, where he drew like this mecha.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that was sweet.
I mean, isn't
He's
that the point
really
of
come into his own.
isn't that the whole process and point of being someone's clone? You start off with someone's style so you can get work, and then you gradually come into your own. Like Vic, he started using these dry brushes like in the past like a year or two ago, and
Mhm.
he's really coming to his own. He's like a dirty Capullo.
Yeah, and it's the thing about clones is like people shit on them all the time, but you got to start somewhere. Everybody started somewhere. Joe Mad was a Art Adams clone, you know, and where he is now. The thing is, if you're still drawing like that person 5 years later, that's when you call bullshit. It's,
Yeah, because at
grow a
that
little,
point,
man.
yeah, you're not pushing yourself. You're just a cheap,
You're not growing.
yeah, you're just a cheap version of X. You're not growing. Your art is not growing. You stagnate. I feel like someone who does it would stagnate super quick.
Yeah, it's like you can't draw something without looking it up, see how this other person drew it first. If you're still doing that 5 years in, and your style hasn't changed, you got to switch it up. You got to do something else
Yeah,
because you
and
have to
Tim.
grow.
Oh yeah, if you don't grow, then you go the way of the dodo. In regards, especially in regards to comics, because what is the next thing that you're going to excite your readers with? Because if you start, especially if you start doing the thing where you start using the same poses, for example, or the same expression, and then how are you going to excite your readers to buy your goddamn book?
Exactly.
NTM Comics here in the chat has a suggestion that you should tweak the link to the stream out. You do with that what you will.
Do what?
Tweet the link to the stream
Oh,
out. You can do with that what you will. Because I already fucked
oh,
up the beginning of this, like 15 minutes or less.
did you tag me?
I did. This is like the original one that you. I think you retweeted it already from yesterday.
There we go. Retweet that.
When I've not only me but the entire Twitterverse has noticed that. Actually, back on something that people didn't hear about us talking about studios, you mentioned that if there was a Florida-based comic community, you'd open up a studio. Isn't like half of comics get in fucking Florida though?
Yeah, but they're in places other than Tampa. I mean, except for Elliot Fernandez, and he just kind of disappeared from us.
I miss Elliot.
Oh, he was so good. Hope
Dude,
that when he gets Doom Kicker done, he comes back and does just some real ass kicking. Kanan
yeah,
too.
I
Whatever
mean,
Kanan's got going on, I hope he gets that situation fixed up, comes back, does his own book, shows everyone how it's done.
yeah, I love Kennan's time lapses, and he's very he is very good. I mean, I guess he got an offer he couldn't refuse, so he had to go the whole "I'm no longer comics" gate. I wish I knew how to do a posh accent, because every time someone said that, I do a posh accent for it, because that's what it sounds to me. It's like this performative bullshit, like I am no longer comics gate.
Yeah, I don't know what his reasoning was. I hope he comes back. I hope he's doing well, and I hope he comes back
Oh yeah, I wish him well.
because
Like I
damn,
said,
he was good.
he probably got an offer he couldn't refuse.
He was like stupid good too.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that showed up in Comicsgate and were like, awesome, and you're like, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, it's like why haven't you been drawing comics for the last 10 years, and making mad money?
I know, right? Like him, Rob Willis. Dude, Rob came up. That fucking guy also came out of fucking nowhere.
And he came up fast. I saw his art. I was like, in 2, 3 years, this guy's gonna be dropping some good shit. 6 months later, he was dropping it. He improved fast from when I first discovered him.
Yeah, I mean,
This
that's
stuff
what
was cartoonier. It was more, not blocky, but I would say like bulky
I see.
and cartoony, like Sam Keith would be. But it still had that line work that you see him doing now. That makes sense. Like you
Yeah,
could see where it was gonna go. That transformation happened like almost overnight.
I mean, that's what happens when you're also doing a lot of pages. Inadvertently, you put a lot of work in, a lot of hours, a lot of mileage.
And that's why I hate him. So damn good. And he makes it look effortless.
Yeah, speaking of getting good, where do
Meanwhile,
you go?
where do I go?
Yeah, well, where do you go to learn something new? Where do you go to get good?
Oh jeez. I don't even know. I just look at other artists and try to find techniques that I haven't tried yet. Some the way they draw a hand or something and see what I can do. David Finch has been doing this series of studies on his channel recently where he uh, pretty much copies a picture, a panel, maybe just a head or a pose, some artists like Travis Schrey or Kevin Nolan, and he'll try to copy it, one for one, and then he flips the paper over, puts the book away, and then he tries to draw it from memory to see how much he retained. And sometimes I do that, and it works. Other times I don't retain shit. But
Yeah.
that's a good way to learn. That's helped me quite a bit.
Then you've been doing a lot. You've been utilizing a lot more manga techniques recently, especially in that champion book you've been showing off on Twitter.
Yeah, pulling out all my influences. Got some manga influences in there. Still bringing the Sam Keith and Simon Bisley and Keith Giffen in it. The buildings and the muscles. I want it to be like I want to try to bring in some more like American manga culture sort of thing. Like James Herron and Daniel Warren Johnson, they do it. They have an American style. They have a lot of manga influence. Makes sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Jim Lee
Like
is
I'm babbling.
popular in Japan, so I reckon.
Is he?
Yeah, I mean, I had a friend who went. Yeah, Jim Lee's big in Japan. Like, did buy out his Xbox. And Christopher John in the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by and have a good time at work. Don't overwork yourself.
This is on YouTube. I gotta have to find it. See who's in the chit chat. Chat.
I'll send you the. I'll DM you the link.
Just retweeted it. I just need to click on it.
All right, awesome.
Oh, uh-huh. There we go.
Yeah, it's interesting how
There
we
we go.
had a American manga-ish culture like years ago, then it vanished and now it's slowly coming back. And one of the big guys doing that is
Yeah.
fucking Jorge Jimenez with his art.
Oh yeah. He's another example. Like, he's a Stuart Eminem type. He's in that school, but he's been pulling some manga stops out like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, I mean, you've seen his black and white pages. You don't need color on that book to
Yeah.
read it.
No, you don't. It's almost a shame that it's almost like a fucking crime that they got pages colored. I want to see that book in black and white. Like I want to see him do a manga.
Oh yeah, I want to see what's in that guy's head. The guy who grew up with Naruto and
Yeah.
is reading slash watching My Hero Academia. I want to see what that guy wants to create on his own.
Did you see his picture of Lemillion and Deku?
Yeah, that is so good.
Holy shit. I hate him so much for that. Can't draw Deku to save my life, and he's just like, damn, that's awesome. And then Brett Booth's.
Dude, Brad Bruce Patreon. If you're someone who wants to learn how to draw some awesome ass poses and you're looking for a style to emulate, just go to Brad Bruce Patreon. That thing is a fucking gold mine.
And I'm having trouble with this page, this panel. I'm gonna go to something else. Looking me up.
Demented for fun. Welcome to the podcast. This is the Breeding Better Comics podcast where we talk about how to get good. Where did the door go? We do not have doors here. We teleport in.
You are ours now. You will stay. You'll observe.
What page is this from though? Because we've been talking for like quite a bit now, and I haven't even asked you. Because this isn't the champion for sure.
No, it's not. And actually, I didn't get permission to work on this on stream, so I should probably bring up something else. Let me do that. Bring up some champion. Work on that instead.
So let me hide the window for a bit. I think I can monitor it on the side. Yeah. So you don't have to expose anything.
You don't want to see my porn.
I don't want to expose your food and hentai on the podcast here. You can do that by yourself on Twitter.
You can show people this if it shows up. I don't know if it will, but yeah, let's scroll through the pages.
Yeah, I'm showing it now.
This is chapter 1. I still got to go back and redraw.
Wait, which one?
This chapter. chapter 1. You can see all the blank pages up here.
Oh, I see.
I gotta go back and redraw it.
Oh, that's how you mark your
Happy with
redraw
it.
pages?
That's how. Well, that's just how I mark my blank pages and set them up. They've got the uh, they've got the layouts in them, and it they're turned off for now. I don't turn them on until I actually go in there and draw, because if you just turn off your layers, it saves file size. And I
Oh,
just
that's interesting.
the only time I leave them on is when they're done. And I gotta go turn that one off. Pencils. So that I can see which pages are done. This is all good so far. Woo, baby.
You've done quite a bit of it.
What's this stuff
Looks
going
looks almost done.
on? Oh no. It's not almost done. So you come down here.
Oh,
You
okay.
got I got
Okay, there's a big scroll there with blank pages.
yeah, I got 96 pages set up that I need to draw so far, and it's probably gonna go into like the 120 range,
Oh,
let's say.
jeez.
Yeah, this is gonna be, and these are manga size pages, so this is gonna be about tankobon size.
Oh, you're drawing
I
these in
print it.
manga size. Is that how you're gonna print it too? Like an actual manga?
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. Read in reverse. It's not gonna be from right to
Yeah,
left.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like size
Because
wise.
yeah, size wise, it's gonna be manga size, but it's gonna be traditional Western reading because that's who I'm selling it to.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Speaking of that, I've seen a lot of publishers do the reverse thing on manga. They just flip it for Western reading. I don't know how you feel about that, but if my
I
issue
don't
is
like
that
it.
I don't know if the leading the eye part of the art would work as intended. I know it can, if it's set up to read from left to right and you just flip it, it should work. But I'm not entirely confident in that.
Yeah, I don't like it when they do that because a lot of times, when you flip your art, you see the mistakes. And back in the day, when they were flipping the art, they were mirroring it. You could see like, what is up with this hand? So I don't
Oh
like
yeah.
it. And when they brought Blade of the Immortal over, instead of mirroring it, would cut the panels out and they would move them around,
Oh
change
Jesus
them so
fucking
that they would
Christ.
fit,
That's a
which is even
fucking crime.
dumber
That is such a crime.
because now you're just fucking with that dude's composition overall.
It's
So
so
I prefer to read
insane.
them from I prefer reading them from right to left when I read actual Japanese manga, even if it's been translated into English, because that's the way the page turns work. That's the way the compositions are working. It's laid out that way. Fucking let people read it that way. Oh,
Yeah, I intend to read, at least try to read media as close to its original source as possible. So if I'm reading comics and I'm reading them in English. Sadly, I can't read Japanese yet, so I'm forced to read it in English too. But if it's built, if it's built from the start as a right to left reading, then I'll stick with that.
exactly. Same here.
The Demented in the chat says the other voice sounds like pineapple pizza apologist I follow on Twitter. He also replaces steak with shoe leather. I agree
Was there
on the last
somebody
one.
else in there?
It's Demented for fun in the chat.
God, the anime guy on TV is talking to me.
Yes. You should all embrace the anime guy talking to you on your telly. I can't wait to
Tally.
get a I can't wait to get a proper like model, the expensive 2D shit that takes like a month to make. Because those people put in some insane amount of work for it.
They're models.
Oh yeah, they draw them and they do the whole rigging thing. It is an arduous process and it's just as expensive as it is difficult. Because the one I'm using is just like a freemium 3D thing that you can somewhat customize.
Mm-hmm. Somewhat customized how? Like change the head shape or something.
Head shade, not that much unless you go into like Unity, do actual like work, but within the program within its native program, kind of the head shape, kind of the eyes. It's most like the hair and the outfit, and some colors. But if you want to have something, if you want to have like a Brutus thing, you'd need to go into like Unity.
Interesting. You have to send me whatever that is.
Yeah, you
They're
can
like,
be, you can use Donnie as a VTube avatar.
well, I like having sculpts for my head shapes because I got this guy. Let me bring him up real quick so you can see this wonky ass head that I drew for him. Um, Here we go. There's a good shot of him. This dude who's got like this massive nose and massive pointy chin, and sometimes you see that it's sticking way out there, and the hair. So what I like to do is sometimes I'll take like my kid's Play-Doh, I'll steal that and form it into shape that I need, just rough, so that I can get the forms when I draw it and know how it's gonna look from different angles.
Nice, yeah, that is a big dastardly chin and nose right there.
Exactly. This is I wanted to bring some Tezuka over into this book as well with the designs. I'm tired of having like little bitty noses and whatnot. That guy drew some noses.
All right. But the program I use to set up my model cannot do that. It's not as robust. You'd need to go into like Blender or Unity in order to do that.
Oh, oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And that is why I want a 2D avatar because you can, as long as you can draw it, you can do whatever the bloody hell you want.
This position's not working.
Yeah, the minute says
I'm not doing very good right now.
the minute says you better be drawing with one hand and have the other hand up a puppet's ass.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Who do you think you's talking to? Okay, all right, snap ahead.
There he is.
I'm trying to eat my Doritos and just hang out and watch some animes while this fat head talking to some internet dude. Okay, don't need to start something. Don't you start something? There's not gonna be nothing. Okay, whatever that saying is.
The moment we
Let
mentioned
me
Donnie
come to
having
that
a
saying.
The moment we mentioned Donnie having a fist up his ass, he wakes up from his Dorito coma.
No one's sticking nothing up no one's puppety ass. Hear me?
I didn't curse. How dare you, anime guy? Oh, anything you say here is bound to be misinterpreted intentionally by me or my other guests.
Of course. That's where the fun is.
Yeah, seeing your layouts reminds me of something that I don't see a lot of people doing, which is cool page layouts. And where does one go, especially as a rookie? Where do you go and be like, hey, I can barely draw this so it looks technically correct, but it looks boring as hell. Where does one
Oh
go to
man.
find that hey, how do I at least make the panels look impressive?
Good luck getting an answer for that question. I have no idea. I stumbled onto it. There was when Sean Murphy was still on Twitter, he had posted these little tutorials. He would show people what the flow of the page and whatnot. One time he posted this thing talking about page layouts, and he mentioned this artist that does just like rectangles and squares as the art. That's all it is. It'd be like a big red rectangle, then a blue little rectangle inside that, and just making patterns with these different colors. It kind of looked like somebody laying out a comic page. And he said, "Look at that guy and think about how you're laying out your page to try to make pleasing shapes." So I try to incorporate a little bit of that. I just want the page to look nice. If it's just to start off with a couple of squares, then fill it in with a bunch of crap. So I
I
have
re-
no idea where somebody would go in order to learn that, or even what that dude's name was.
I was about to ask you
But
that question. Like, do you happen to know that guy like Twitter or something?
I wish. No, he's not on Twitter. He's like a fine artist who probably died like the 80s.
Oh,
It's an older fine artist, that Jackson Pollock type era of abstract crap. But the basic idea is people want to, every aspect of the page has to be pleasing. Every aspect is composition, part of the composition of the overall page. You have the whole overall layout of the panels, and then with each panel, you have individual compositions inside that panel, in each panel, and then overall for the whole page of what's inside the panels. You have to think about everything sort of holistically.
yeah. It just goes to show how you need to know a lot, if not everything, in regards to art if you want to do good comics. Because it's like, oh, it's
Uh,
not just your panel composition on the page; it's like the composition within the panel.
yeah, it's no long. It's even back in Kirby's days, he was thinking about this. He would just do a simple six panel grid or three panel grid, and that was very pleasing. It was very simple and very pleasing. And then his art was very bombastic to contrast that. They have characters popping out of the panels, and it took this. It's like he took this quiet moment, and then threw an explosion into it. Quiet moment being the panel layout, uh, panel layout, and then the explosion being his art inside of it.
Yeah, we haven't had someone like Kirby in ever. Let me
Not
catch up
like
with
that,
the.
no.
Oh no, let me catch up with the chat here. This is a family-friendly show. That's why Donal is here. This ain't a family-friendly show. This ain't made for kids. I mean, you can show it to your kids, but they're gonna learn how to swear in like 10 minutes. Bollywood's 22 panels that always work with page layout. I'm not sure if it can help with page layout, but it can help with your composition within your panel itself. Because those are pretty good. I like those a lot.
Yeah, yeah. His uh 22 panels that always work. They're good for inner panel compositions, but you still have to think about the panel composition themselves without the art.
Yeah, I hope Donald isn't on the toilet right now. I forgot to ask you, are you on the toilet right now and you just brought your tablet in?
Yes.
So that's why I've been hearing an echo.
Hmm. You hear the tinkle tinkle?
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear the toilet flush by the end of this podcast.
Courtesy flush.
Yeah, I
My
think
tablet's girl.
if you want to study artists who do awesome page layouts, I gotta say this again. You go to Brett Booth because his page layouts are fucking insane.
They can be, yeah. When he really puts it, you want to know some crazy ass layouts. Look at Joe Benitez.
Oh, dude.
Those are some crazy ass layouts. Sometimes I don't even know what the hell to look at.
Here's the thing though, when you do that, you also risk of having that problem, which is what is happening and I don't know what to look at, which could be a legibility issue. Like with I haven't read it, but I heard a lot of people had their brains broken by Chris Bockwell and Rich Friend's steampunk book.
There's a difference with that though, in my mind. With steampunk, a lot of the times the panels, the whole page composition, it was a little chaotic, but it helped in bringing you into that world because Cole Blacksmith was our avatar. Okay, we're seeing everything through his eyes. And if you think about him being in this brand new world, be be confused. Everything will be kind of chaotic to him, and that's what I think the page layouts were doing. It was trying to throw you off a little bit, give you like a room spinning kind of feeling, you know. Whereas Joe Benitez, it's like I'm gonna draw this dope pose here, and then I'm gonna try to fit the other panels around it somehow. I
Yeah.
think there was intent with Bacala.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he did it like intention. He didn't just willy-nilly throw chaotic paneling around.
Yeah, but that dude, man, his page layouts are insane. He's so good.
Yeah, and I've talked
He's
to
a good
Brett.
artist for Spider-Man.
Yeah, like dude, his non-stop Spider-Man is so fun. I understand how people might not warm up to his art style, but dude,
Mhm.
that book is so fun. It's like a more, I don't want to say kids friendly and no ages, but it kind of feels like that. It's a lot more lighthearted and it's heavy on the fun side.
Yeah, he brings back that uh, McFarlane design sense. The pages. He brings back that fun.
Yeah,
Like
I've been having a
we
blast with
said.
that book.
Yeah, me too. That monster truck issue was the last one I
Yeah,
read. It was
dude.
insane.
And was
It
was
was so
Joe Kelly
cool.
the writer on that?
I don't remember.
Because who I think it was him. Because he
I
was
want to say it
writing
was.
Nora. He was writing Nora in Peter slash Spider's relationship like that brother sister bickering they always had. And I was like, dude, I haven't seen that since the fucking animated show. Give me more of that. It was so fun, dude. And the I forget their names. The Lucha Libre wrestlers guys. That was a fucking fun book. I don't know why it's being delayed. Hopefully it's not anything too severe and tragic. Hopefully it's just Marvel dumbass scheduling. But did.
Yeah, hopefully he just needs time to do those pages.
Yeah,
That's
cause
worth the
he
wait.
yeah, cause he puts in a lot of work on those pages, man. Especially that monster truck page.
Oh
Oh man.
man, that was so dope. That was so epic. If y'all aren't reading Nonstop Spider-Man, pick it up. It's
It's like
Botchalo on it. It's epic.
it's like 3 or 4 issues. It's like a good afternoon read. Like if I don't I understand like you might not like the art style, but if you try to just deep throat that and read the book, you'd be fine. You'd have fun.
If you don't like the art style, we can't be friends. I will hunt you down and I will throw you into traffic.
I just know
Botchalo is
the anime
great.
guy. Yeah, he puts in a lot of work. The one thing I don't like about him is that he can go overboard with the haloing effect.
Oh yeah, yeah. If there's anything I don't like about his work, it's that. And I understand why he does it, but I
Yeah,
hate that
that
Halo just in
that
general.
that is my problem too. I know why you did that, but I fucking hate that you did it.
You just want to kind of grab him, shake him, and be like, "Got your pages better. You don't need the Halo.
Yeah, I mean
And Yola doesn't."
that's where a proper editor should step in and be like, hey, stupid, stop. No,
This
this is
thing,
dude.
this thing you see here, don't do this anymore.
Dude, we need like 20 gym shooters to walk into to either big to comic book. I was gonna say shop, fucking publisher, and be like, hey, time to get shit in order. Buckle up, kiddos. I just noticed the anime guy has a very thick Australian accent. Do I sound Australian? I don't intend to. Maybe I've been hanging around fucking Bancroft and Rob too much.
You don't sound Australian to me. I mean, definitely have an accent, but sure as hell isn't Australian.
Yeah, I'm not talking over here about Kiwis and what and Rangers and what are they talking about this morning with fucking John Manning like weird ass bites.
Like, oi, throw another shrimp on the barbie there, mate.
Steve Will and
Crocodiles,
Steve Will and Crocodile
monsters.
Hunter, eh? Do you like Vegemite, mate? You like Vegemite, cunt?
There you go.
How dare you not having read Brutus yet? Brutus is fun. I enjoyed Brutus.
Get your copy, or did you read the digital? I know you
I
don't live in America.
I got a digital because that was way in my early days where I could barely afford one or two crowdfunders a year. I mean, it's I'm still in a similar situation, but dude, seeing so many good comics coming out like this fall, I'm like, I better fucking start sucking dick on the highway or something.
Dang, that's graphic.
I mean, hey, whatever it takes to get that kinetic comic, am I right?
Oh my god, I'm saving up for that. I'm saving the ducats for that. I'm gonna get the
Artist
11
edition.
by 17. Yeah, I want the book and I want the 11 by 17 artist edition.
There is so much to
Sent me.
steal. I mean, study from.
He sent me one of the issues just in black and white, and I printed it out on 8.5 by 11 so that I could study the hell out of it.
Oh, you did that extra
I think
mile.
it was issue 1.
He's having
Yeah.
so much fun with this book, man. It's just awesome to see him having fun. And the more he talks about it, I'm like, I've seen some shit, and he's talked about it so much, and I just get more excited. I'm like, give me the fucking book already.
No, just you're on the last issue. Just start the campaign, damn it. Let me give you my money.
Oh, here's the thing though, he isn't. Arc Athena is growing into a 6-issue story now, because the finale is so big and thick it couldn't be put into one book. So he's like, you know what? Let's do 6 issues.
So thick.
This is so thick and girthy.
So thick it couldn't be contained.
NTM Comics in the chat is asking, how many pages do you do a day?
I can do 2 if I work a full day.
As in, like, fully
Generally,
fully finished?
yeah. But it also depends on the style. If I'm doing this style for the champion, I can do 2, and that's with screen tones on it. Something like Cash Grab. That took a little longer because there were so many pages that had crowds in it, and fuck the crowds.
Fuck the fucking writers who write in crowds. I'll set it here. You can
No,
quote me on that.
no, fucking Cecil. But that took longer. That took like a day and a half per page usually, sometimes 2 days,
Oh,
because
damn.
there was so many big crowd shots.
Yeah,
But
I get
yeah,
you.
in
And
in
if you
that in that
he
style, I can do 2 pages.
here's also the way we artists fuck ourselves over. If you're drawing a big art and you get the idea of like throwing in like references and whatnot and Easter eggs, you gotta spend that extra time to get it right, baby. So it's like the
Oh
the
yeah.
writer's coming in to fuck you over, and you're like, you know what? While you're putting it deep inside me, let me fish hook myself while you're at it.
Yes.
Yeah, this ain't a kid-friendly show, unless you have a Slavic kid who learns how to swear at like age 5.
It's okay. Gotta make sure my daughter doesn't listen to it.
Oh, dude,
Daddy, what does fish hook mean?
I mean, fish hook is what you catch fish with.
Yeah. It is it is a tool used to catch fish.
Yeah, you do not raw dog my shows or Michael Dina Cola's, especially his.
I gotta make sure I got the blood dripping out of the nose. You draw somebody crying, you draw somebody bleeding, you gotta draw them snotted up.
Oh yeah, here's an interesting thing that we do in comics. Like, since this has to hit well emotionally, you gotta go that extra mile, because if you stick to realism too much, it doesn't have the same impact. At least that's what I've noticed. Because I've seen people who have that super realistic art style, like Alex Ross, or why am I blanking on someone else's name? People who do like straight up photorealism.
Brian Hitch.
Yeah, Brian Hitch, and I can admire the craft and everything, but when it comes to like the impact and the reading experience itself, it's just not as good as something that's even a tiny bit stylized.
Mm. Stylized is always better than realistic in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, we see normal people in photos like every goddamn day. I want to see
Hmm.
something wacky, something super.
Well, to me, you get to exaggerate the emotions more. You have to be pretty damn precise if you're doing a realistic style like Brian Hitch. He can draw every bolt and window on a building he wants to, but if he's not getting that eyebrow just right, it doesn't look emotional. It just looks stiff and mannequin like. But when I draw somebody screaming, their mouth is the size of their head.
I know, right? And here's another thing,
You're gonna
like
feel that anger.
a rookie would ask, well, where do they go to learn exaggerated emotions that hit well emotionally? And we're gonna go to the same answer we did before. Go to fucking manga, dude.
You go to
Cause
manga, go to Ren and Stimpy. If you want to
oh yeah,
learn how to over exaggerate, go to cartoons like Ren and Stimpy or Mighty Mouse. You know, get into those kind of things. Go to Trigger Studio. Watch some of their anime.
dude. You could just study. Why am I forgetting her name? The protagonist from Gurren Lagann.
You go. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just study her expressions. Demented for fun says wacky art is the worst of all comic art should look like photograph. That is where you are. I'm trying to
Wacky
think of
art
an
is the
answer.
worst,
But
and you're here
I know,
watching me draw.
I know, right? It's
What's
kind
wrong
of
with
like
you?
It's kind of like blowjobs are the worst. While he had like three little Asian women.
Speaking of Asian, I gotta draw this guy.
Wait, is he Asian?
Yes,
He don't look Asian. He looks like a dummy, thick Texan boy.
this guy down here. Champion, yeah, he's a big old Texan boy.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you were drawing the champion there.
No, this guy's the villain. He is Asian.
Why the big nose? Is that the big nose villain, or is that someone else?
Spoilers.
Okay, okay. That is fair enough.
Everybody, no, people will forget. People will forget. But yes, this is the big nose villain. An accident happens, and he
Oh,
doesn't look like he used to.
he gets Voldemorted.
Basically,
How
he's
does he?
like a walking corpse. So
Oh, okay, that's cool.
he's got to have this big old suit in order to live, kind of like Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, yeah.
Yeah.
Demented says, I don't even know how I ended up here, so you people are trapped with me. Are we trapped in here with you, or are you trapped in here with us, baby?
I was just thinking that.
I mean, every time someone says that, it's just like the perfect setup, and if you don't do it, it's like a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like seeing the perfect opportunity to do a JoJo reference and you not doing it. It's like, come on, are you even having fun living?
I draw all these wonky ass teeth.
What was
I
I
hate
gonna ask?
drawing.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking teeth because it's one of those things that I guess you gotta be as close to reality as possible because if you don't draw them right, they just look out of this world, like they don't belong, unless you're drawing like an alien or something.
I don't like drawing the uppers. The lowers I like drawing because I make them look all angly and gnarly looking, like need braces.
Oh,
I drawing the uppers.
here's the easy thing about drawing cool teeth. You just Google lad from England smiling. And you got the perfect reference for you got the perfect reference right there, man.
Shit. It's true though. It's true.
It did be true, especially now after they lost the European Football Championship.
I don't need it to be that detailed, so let's take some of this shit out of here.
Oh, do you know who I love looking at for drawing some awesome teeth? Greg Capullo. He can
But yeah,
draw a mean mugger like nobody's business.
I like looking at James Heron. 'Cause
James
he
Heron
just
was
uppers or
was the
lowers, he just draws some funky stuff, man.
he's the Ultra Mega guy, right?
Yes.
Dude, that book is so bloody fun. It's so over the top and ridiculous, and it's shameless about it.
Seriously, that is his shit, man. I'm telling you. I'm glad that became popular for him because that is what he needs to be doing.
You can tell he's having fun. He's being
Oh yeah.
absolutely shameless about it. He's like, hey, I like kaiju, I like over the top shit, I like pro wrestling. I'm gonna mix all that shit up together.
Yeah. Like Daniel Warren Johnson, he's uh got a wrestling comic coming out. You know that's going to be hot.
Oh hell yeah. Cause you see those things put out in like any comic he does. And that's the thing he should be doing as well.
Mhm.
Like give him ugly shit. Over the top and or ugly shit to do because while his Wonder Woman book is good, it's I don't know man, like his style does for me it doesn't fit with someone like Wonder Woman who's supposed to be like this pinnacle of beauty at any second.
He's not a attractive person artist. You know, he doesn't draw the attractive people. They need to be his women look like they've been fucked up. An MMA match by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, they look like retired crack hookers. The Minted says, I
But
think England
that
is in
was a
the
dope
process of
series.
canceling itself, so get those pictures while you can. I mean, the internet remembers anything and everything, so I'm pretty sure even if it cancels itself, you'd be able to find some pretty dope dental references.
Shit, you can find some here in the South.
Oh yeah,
Just look
oh
up
yeah.
redneck,
You you just look
mouth.
up, you just look up trailer trash. But here's the thing, though. Let me get a sip of my water first before I drop another stupid thing. The English might know that their teeth are fucked up and they might be self-conscious about it, but God don't make no trash in the South. So even if their feet, their teeth are fucked up, they're still gonna wear like it's a 90 carat grill.
That's true. That's so true.
Wait, Florida is in the South? What do you mean Florida is in the South? When I open my atlas, when I open this map here, Florida seems to be pretty south to me.
That's South in quotes. Florida isn't the South in quotes. But it depends. The upper Panhandle part of Florida, that is the South. Yes. Once you get to Central Florida, it becomes basically little Cuba.
Oh, so you have the geographical South and like the cultural South divide?
Exactly. You go up near the Georgia area, and it becomes the cultural South. You get whoa.
Bless you.
Once you hit the Tampa area and below, it becomes or which is good because they make some good fucking food, man.
Yeah, I've heard the southern food is really good.
I went down to Miami and I had some plantains. Oh,
But
like
isn't that
candy.
just a... Wait, aren't plantains like a weird banana? Or am I getting it wrong? Am I thinking
Like
of something else?
no, that's it. They're like a small banana, but
Oh,
they're sweet
they're
as
the yeah they're the extra sweet small bananas. We have them here too in Spain, and it's dude. Whenever there's plantain, you're like, oh, it's celebration time.
oh. You're in Spain?
Yeah,
I thought you were in like Germany or Eastern Europe or something.
I mean I'm born in
Shows
Bulgaria,
what
but
I know about accents.
I mean here's the thing though. I'm born in Bulgaria in Eastern Europe, but I just don't have the accent because I grew up on Cartoon Network and Discovery and Animal Planet, so. I've been watching fucking Mythbusters and Cartoon Network since I was a little kid, and all of that has imprinted on me. So my default accent is like some discount American shit. Small Banana is Donald's high school nickname. Hey, we're not supposed to shame people in here.
And it's true. It's not my fault.
It's the production line's fault.
I blame my parents.
And hey, if you've been born like 20 years later from now, you could have had the luck of you being like genetically engineered from the womb. Like with these, I don't know what they call them, these engineered babies.
That'd be great, because then maybe I could have gotten a bigger penis. Ouch. Of this moment in a joke. That joke died on the vine.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that you took the shot. You saw the shot and you took it. That's better than not taking it at all. So, are you going to? I think you said this before, but I don't remember. Are you going to be coloring the champion, or is it going to be like a
No,
strictly
it's just
black
gonna be
and
black
white?
and white. It's just gonna be strictly black and white. Um, Probably take a survey when it gets to that area, because I'm gonna have this book done and ready to print when I start the crowdfund for it. And like when the campaign is over with, I want to be able to just go right into printing. I'll probably have to do. I'll probably ask the backers or something like that if they want to do like a stretch goal for color. I don't know what that would be. I don't know where that would be. If they want to do it, then I would probably wait the extra 2 months. But I don't know, man. I would want to get this out, draw on it for black and white. People want it in color. I might do a, or maybe I'll just do a color version after the fact. No, it's not working.
Oh, it's the backers who finally decided. But if here's the thing though, since your intention is to do it like a manga, I don't think you should even bring it up. Like, hey, this is me doing American manga. Just sign up.
Yeah,
It's
that's
it's
kind of basically it.
it's ready to
Mirror
print.
manga.
Yeah, a
God, don't
mirror
ever
manga.
let me use that term again.
A mirror manga.
Fucking slap me.
If I didn't pick on Donal, he'd think I was an imposter.
Fucking
And
slap me if I ever use that term again.
what was the term? A mirror manga?
A mirror manga.
Oh god.
I'm making a mirror manga.
It sounds so. Pardon me, the term whitewash.
Yeah.
It sounds something a mom in LA would say. Oh, my son is making an Amara manga.
God.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like with the arrival of Eric Canetti in the crowdfunding space, a lot of people have been looking at his production schedule, have been going like, maybe I should be doing that instead of having shit happen.
Yeah, he's doing it right. I mean, I got the idea from Tim Lim, who has his books done before he goes to crowdfund, and he's basically just doing pre-orders.
Oh,
I
he
know
does the
everybody
same
has
thing.
their yeah. I know everybody has their thing. You know, like crowdfunding is supposed to help you produce the book. If you already have it done, why are you doing it? Well, you still got to do pre-orders. You know what I'm saying? You still got to do it. You can do it on Indiegogo or you can do it on GoFundMe or something. But you still got to get that money to print it. Either way, and to me, it's a matter of, can I recoup the cost of the book, because not everybody is going to be able to make that kind of bank where they can just like pay for the next book or whatever, or the funding isn't going to be high enough where it's paying their wages so that they can do it. You know, like you got to get into like the 80 to 100,000 range in order to really have that luxury. And not too many people are doing those kind of numbers. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if it takes campaigns, it'll take a year for them to reach that number. But when you break out your salary from that, let's say you're paying yourself 20 grand to 30 grand, Do you really
Yeah,
want to take the chance that you're going to get to that number in a year?
I know, right? Here's the thing though, and Tim doesn't get enough credit because I don't know if he mentions this, probably I just haven't seen it, that he has his books done before the campaign, but he needs to get more credit. Like that fucking guy
Yeah.
is if you're gonna show someone an example of crowdfunding done well and growing at the same time, you just point him to Tim Lim because he has found something with that Common America book, I tell you.
Um, yeah, he for me, I know people have their problem with him and everything, and have their problems with him and everything, and that's, that's not my beef. But for me, he's the gold standard of crowdfunding. The packaging, the getting things out there, customer service is great. You can hate him or you can like him, whatever one you want to do. But that's the that's the metric for me. Having the books done and ready to go instead of waiting a year in order to do them.
Yeah,
Waiting a year and drawing a page a week. That's not for me.
oh yeah, and my only issue with Tim Lim is he doesn't ship to Spain. Internationally, he is very limited. Based, I even talked to him about it. I don't remember what he exactly said, but he said, "Yeah, it just fucked up over there, so we can only ship internationally to like these places."
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up everywhere. It's hard it's costly to ship international. I'm about to get bit in the ass doing it for Brutus here in a minute. But yeah, it costs a lot, and I'm thinking real hard if I want to charge the appropriate shipping for Champion or if I just not want to sell international. And that's a real
And
hard choice because I had over 160 backers for international on Brutus who will probably come back for the Champion.
yeah, that's a good chunk of a crowd.
Yeah, so it's a real deep decision I got to make there. So, but I'm pretty much leaning towards uh charging the appropriate shipping and apologizing profusely that it has to be $65 to ship a $10 book to Japan.
Wait, it's that expensive to ship to Japan? Holy shit!
No, that's just an example of how
Oh,
ridiculous
I
it
see.
can be.
Yeah, because I had to pay a lot for what you call it, for Earthworm Jim. But that's a whole nother
Hmm.
topic because he went hardcover. He had a lot
Oh
of shit in
yeah,
the box. It came in a
yeah.
box.
A 5 pound box, wasn't it? Something like that.
Something like that. It's a heavy ass box.
Yeah, that was a pretty damn heavy box. Since this is gonna be Tenkobon size, it's not gonna be that heavy. I mean, it's probably gonna be less than 14 ounces. Which
What is that in non-retarded units?
non-retarded. I have no idea. Learn some American, man. Learn some 14 ounces. What the hell? The millimeter? What do you want that in millimeters?
in, gra-
Micrograms?
in grams, baby,
I don't know what
like
you.
like the good shit that's sold on the streets of Colombia in grams.
I don't know what you people use. Non-American measurement people.
Yeah, you foreigners have some weird ass measuring system.
14 ounces is just shy of a pound. You know what that measurement is?
A
A
pound?
pound?
You mean the British the British money?
I'll stab you. I hope you go to the fans fest because I'm gonna stab you.
I hope I do. Here's the other thing though. I might have to learn all your foreign shit because the the
Yeah,
crowdfunded and
buy insurance because you're gonna need it with our hospitals.
especially the Comics Gate buying crowd is in the States, and whenever I do my book, I'm gonna have to adapt and be like, hey, I'm gonna have to print this and ship it to you guys from the States and not from over here, because otherwise, I don't want to be charging people like fucking $40 for like a $20 book, especially on a rookie like
Yeah,
me who's like an actual nobody.
I feel bad for Charlie's London, man. She's got a ship from the UK. I hope she has a
Oh yeah,
plan
and
for all
the
her
fucking
American backers.
In the fucking European Union with that stupid new added VAT tax that's like 20%, like as if you didn't steal from businesses enough.
You're right.
Like I think books are exempt of it, but bloody hell.
I'm gonna have to go here in a second. It's getting pretty busy here.
All right, man. Well, the chat is starting a kick Donal hashtag, and after my recent comics, they're starting a kick anime guy movement. So who's the other guy watching who didn't join our movement? Wait, what guy? What movement? Oh, you mean that there's another viewer who isn't chatting, who is enjoying the hashtag kick Donal movement? I hope I get to do the fan fest. That's gonna be fun meeting all you guys. Cause since I live here, I watch most streams on like a replay. And in the early days, whenever shit would blow up, I'd wake up. I'd go to bed happy that we're all friends, and I'd wake up to to like a post war torn country.
Jeez. Yeah, your schedule is, whew. What is it, like 3 a.m. over there now or something?
No, it's like 8 p.m. now, 8:30.
Yeah. Oh, it's dinner time for you.
Oh yeah, it's time to eat some pizza.
Oh God, that's a good time to go because they just got a squeak toy for the puppy.
Oh yeah,
So
I
it's
heard
about
it.
to get real annoying here in a minute.
Yeah, right. Go have fun with the kids and the puppy you're sitting.
Staying
And,
in this room, I'm not going near that
You
wild
don't
ass
like
puppy.
you don't like the puppy, dude? It's a puppy. How do you not like a puppy?
Because it's got sharp little needle teeth and it's a Chihuahua Jack Russell mix. So it's more hyper than a Coke head on
Also, it's just one of
5-hour
those
energy
small
drink.
dogs that just zooms across the room, yapping nonstop.
Yeah. My daughter accidentally stepped on its foot, it squeaked, and it sounded
Oh,
like a fire alarm. Fire alarm chirp.
yeah. People in the chat are going, the fan fest is cruel because it's sending people to Florida, and I kind of agree. Why can we not do it in Texas? Dude, if I move to the States, the only place I'm going to is fucking Texas.
Me too. Florida's not bad. It depends on the time it's gonna be here. It's hot and it smells. We can't do anything about the smell, okay? That comes from the ocean and the dead fish in it. But and of course the women walking around with skeet dripping out of their vajayjays in the hot summer.
Oof,
But
yeah.
But it's not always hot here. It's good in October to February. That's when it's about decent.
And the government doesn't steal from your income, so that's a plus.
Yes, they do.
Wait, I thought you didn't have income tax.
We don't have state tax, no, but we still have to pay like sales tax.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, 7% on everything that we purchase. That's how they get around it.
And here I thought Florida was a saving grace for people who wanted to have their own money.
Nope.
If Donald moved out of Florida, it wouldn't smell. Yeah, I reckon Donald's morning adventures in the bathrooms are like what ends up making like 30% of Florida smell.
I am 60% of the sewage issues here.
Yeah, dude, Donald sitting on the bathroom clogs up toilets in like southern Florida.
We don't actually have swamps. It's just where they dump my my toilet.
Yeah, no wonder we have alligators growing so fucking big.
This is not working. All right, I'm gonna have to walk away from this page. So I'm gonna have to go now.
Alright, and it's been fun talking to you. Like, if anytime you wanna hop on and talk about your process again, I'm fine to it. And whenever you launch the book, I'm here if you want to shill it.
Sweet. I'll take you up on that.
Awesome, dude. I'll talk to you on Twitter, and I'll see everyone else in the chat in the Twitterverse. This has been Bringing Better Comics. I hope you got better, and I'll talk to you next time.